Hi folks, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg and this is all about candles. I'm your self-proclaimed Canadian candle connoisseur, and today I have a review for you from Bath & Body Works. This is from their Neutrals line, coffee and whiskey. I love the Neutrals line, you guys. This candle came out last year or the year before in darker packaging. And it also came out in body care, and they changed the scent quite a bit. This iteration is quite different from the last one, and I can't say definitely whether I preferred one over the other. I think that this one's fragrance was a little bit nicer and smoother than the last one. But the last one I also think was a lot stronger when it comes to strength and throw. I think that they amped up the coffee note on the newer version. What we have for scent is bold Irish whiskey, splash of vanilla, hint of coffee. I find the scent notes a little bit misleading on this one because it says bold Irish whiskey and a hint of coffee. But I get a lot of coffee and honestly, not whiskey. I think I said this when I hauled this candle, but for me, this is an amber candle, like a deep cologne-y amber situation with some coffee thrown in there. But it is not like an espresso coffee or like freshly brewed coffee. There's something about that coffee note that isn't a straightforward coffee smell. And so I'm not the first person to say this. I've seen other reviewers say this, but it's a conceptual fragrance as opposed to a literal one. If you're told it's coffee and whiskey and you smell it, you'll go, yeah, that's coffee and whiskey. But if I were to smell this blind, I would say that it was an amber candle. Oh gosh, I'm trying to put my finger on what it is that is not coffee, but it's in there. It's tonka vanilla. It does say splash of vanilla. For me, it reads more of like an ambery, earthy, like tonka fragrance. And to me, the whiskey is just not there. There was another candle, was it leather and whiskey or whiskey and leather? And I think that was a very straightforward sort of a boozy malted note. That's it, malty. There's something malty about this. But anyways, leather and brandy was definitely a very straightforward leather and like, malty alcoholic note. Whereas this one, the whiskey is not really there. I like it though. I like it a lot. And I like this version more than last year's, even though it's not as strong. This one to me was just smoother, a bit creamier, less cloying. Performance-wise, it did really well. Look at that. We had thick, ropey wicks. I think I could, I think I've actually got one more burn left in this. Maybe I jumped the gun a little because it looks like it's perfectly fine and I've still got almost an inch left in there. So I think I'm gonna give this another burn tonight, but it's basically done. I do think that the last time I burned it, I saw the wick nickels on it, maybe because I let it go for a little bit too long. It did soot at one point, and not after having burned it for a particularly long time. I remember looking at it and being like, ooh, soot city. So I blew it out, trimmed the wicks. You have to stay on top of these Bath & Body Works candles. This one didn't get quite as like crazy and hot as the other candles I've been experiencing from the Neutrals line lately. This one burned a little less aggressively. And I'd say that the strength and throw was a 7. I'd say the last iteration of coffee and whiskey was like a 7.5, maybe an 8. I'd say that this one came in at a solid 7, and it did travel quite a bit. And I really enjoyed it. And yeah, all the way right down to the bottom, I could see the wick clips. I think I might give it, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the rest of this under my candle lamp, have it going in my kitchen for a couple of days. That's what I'm gonna do with the rest of this one. I really like it. There's something really warm and comforting about this one. It seems like it's been popular in the body care because I think I saw that they're bringing the body care back. This is not really a fragrance that I would want to smell like. It seems like it's a bit much. You know, in terms of like using the body spray or like putting the lotion on, I'm not sure this is something I would recommend as personal fragrance, but I absolutely recommend it as a candle. Obviously, if you can smell it before you buy it, I suggest doing that. I think this could be a little bit polarizing. I know one of my girlfriends, she just could not stand this one. So, you know, give it a smell first before you buy. And I think I will repurchase it. I don't think I'll repurchase it in this exact iteration. So I'll wait until it comes back again, if it does come back again, because I'd be interested to see, you know, if they've kept it the same or if they've made further improvements. Yeah, I like this one. Coffee and Whiskey, Bath and Body Works. Check it out. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you could leave me a like, a comment, if you could subscribe, that would really mean the world to me. Until next time, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Bye, folks.